Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Roof It Up. Today I'm very, very excited because this is Dan Young. So we have Dan Young. He's the founder of PostPixel, but he's an original gangster when it comes to AI in the roofing and service space. So I'll let you share a little bit about yourself to the listeners. And yeah, let's take it away. And then we'll get into some pretty awesome questions that we have for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much for having me. My name is Dan, and as you had said, I'm the founder of PostPixel. We help basically automate social media marketing for roofing and other home service companies. So what used to take you 15 or 20 hours in Canva now takes about 15 or 20 minutes to do a whole month of content. So we automate the whole process, but we use real people. So it's a little bit of like, I know I'm the AI guy. This is my third AI startup company. I'm a little bit of anti-AI for an AI person, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, so we use real people, places, and things. So your job sites, your crew, your projects, things you're getting from like Company Cam and other products like that, you throw it into our system and we generate post out of that and it automatically schedules everything for you.
Game changer, because we're talking specifically right in the roofing world right here, but so many of our roofing contractors, they are out there, boots on the ground. And one of the things that we're seeing is we're seeing contractors, pumping 1 million a month, right? And then if you go to their socials, it's like cricket cricket. I'm like, what? Like, how did you, right? And I'm
Yep.
always just like, imagine if you actually kept your socials like up to date and moving. So like, wow. So Dan, for those who this is like, if you've never heard of PostPixel, definitely check them out. Like, they're awesome. But what do you, I know that you guys do this, but like, how do you do it specifically for roofing companies? Like, let's talk about a roofing contractor. What would it kind of look like for them if they're like, you know what, I'm that guy. I don't have 20 hours in Canva available. So what would I need to do, Dan, right now to make this happen? Like, what would they need to do?
So, I mean, a lot of people go down this path of like, okay, what are my options, right? So, option A is you hire an agency. If you're able to do that, that's awesome. But for a lot of smaller size and mid-sized roofing companies that can't afford a retainer model for an agency, you're kind of left to fend for yourself. You might go to something like Fiverr and get a freelancer, but then the quality issues, multiple revisions, you're wasting your time. And then I always like to say this, then you go back to Canva, right? And this is kind of like this love-hate relationship with the tool. Because Canva is actually a pretty good tool, but it's time consuming. And nobody talks about the major time suck that it is. And I always tell roofing companies, I'm like, you didn't start a roofing company to become a graphic designer, right? So like, why are you living in Canva? And so the whole process in itself is very, very simple. My background, not only have I been in the home service space for many, many years and doing consulting work in it, but I've also been in product and user experience and design thinking. And so we understand that most of our customers are not very tech savvy, requires zero design skills. You simply paste in your website. We pull all the data from the website, understanding a little bit more context of the business. We pull your color schemes, your logo, all that information within about 15 seconds. And then you just upload a bunch of images and tag if it's a person, if it's a place, if it's a brand asset or whatever. And then you just start hitting create. And it will give you infinite amount of ideas of different things to post. In addition to that, you can do custom posts like team post or company news or events that you have coming up. And then it will automatically just generate everything for you. It's like
My
magic.
my jaw's like dropping a little bit. I don't know if you can't see me, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
Because in every contractor's brain, they're like, okay, I'm gonna hire my niece over here. She's good at social. She's like
Yes.
14. All
Yes.
she does is spend time on there. So I'm gonna go have her, and they may do really well for like the first three posts, and then they're like and then you get pissed off at your sister or your brother, like, what's wrong with your kid, right? It's just all this drama that
It's an awkward Thanksgiving that year. Yeah.
it's just you eliminate tons of this. And what I love is that you just literally said they put in their website
That's it.
and then it just literally gathers it, gets the color schemes. And then all they got to do is upload the hundreds of photos that they already have in their smartphones, right?
Yep.
Of ideas. And then they can just like freaking brilliant. Like,
Yep.
if you're listening to this, like after this, you better freaking go get, post pixel. I don't know why I'm saying pickle. Oh my gosh. Sorry, it's my Brazilian accent. Okay, post pixel. All right. So you, Dan, I know as founders, we're fans of data, right? So what's the real cost of a roofing company having zero online presence? Like, what's that cost that never maybe shows on paper?
You kind of nailed it. So organic posts, which is what we do, right? We're not doing ads on Facebook. We're doing organic posts. There's like this intangible thing, right? So me as a homeowner, let's just walk through the buying journey of a customer, right? So me and my wife, we find out that we need to get a new roof or need to get an estimate for a roof. The first thing we're doing is going to Facebook groups. My wife will go to the mom groups. She'll go to the neighborhood groups. Does anybody know anybody that does roofing that's reliable, trustworthy, all the things? And then here comes everybody, right? The comments start flooding in with, everybody and their mother who knows somebody that does roofing. And what you do from there is you create a short list. You're like, well, I've seen this person like 7 times out of the 500 comments. Maybe I'll try them first. And what's the first thing I do as a homeowner? I go to their Facebook business page. And right now it's August 6th, and your last post was Christmas tree.
Yeah.
What does that signal to me as a person? Right?
You're inconsistent.
Is this a dormant business, right? It is a perception thing, but I start questioning the quality of things. Now that obviously has nothing to do with the quality of your work. Your quality of work could be outstanding. You could be generating, to your point, $1 million a month in business. But me coming there, doing my due diligence, looking at reviews and Facebook business page and other things, those are all like points of validation that homeowners are checking off their boxes. So I'm actually potentially eliminating you from the equation, even though you came shortlisted to me.
Yeah.
So we figured out that that's about a 15% of people that come to those pages actually drop off, which is a significant number when you're talking about missed revenue opportunities, just because you're not being consistent in posting. The other side is, okay, that's for someone that's not posting. What about the person who is posting, but it's very poor? That hurts even worse.
Yeah, it really does.
Right? Where you're like, the colors are different. You're using stock images that everybody else uses. It looks like everybody else's roofing company. You're almost better not posting at that point, although I don't recommend that. But just, having bad content out there is probably just as bad.
Yeah. And I think perception is reality. Like, I know when I say, my husband hates that because he's like, Chase, because it's not really reality. I'm like, but perception is reality, right? And it's the truth of it all, right? In 6 seconds, someone's already, already making a perception of what they think who you are by,
it's psychology. It's
exactly.
Human psychology. It's how people perceive. If I perceive something of high value, I might pay more money for it.
Right.
Toyota and Lexus, right? Nissan and Infiniti, right? So a lot of the same guts on the inside. It's just a matter of perception.
100%. And I think that exactly for roofing contractors or, service-based companies, perception is reality, right? And that's, I'll tell you, when I'm making a decision on who I'm going to use, I always go to their socials. I'm like, oh, I like the guy. He seems really nice, right?
Yeah.
And even my mom.
I'm going to trust you.
Yeah, my mom's in her 60s. This is a random. My mom in her 60s, when she goes like, where am I going to go get a Botox or something? I don't know, right? It's like, oh, I like that doctor. He looks like he's smiling really kind and his website's updated. He seems really like a really nice guy, right? Even your wives do that, right? It's about everywhere, right? Even doctors or who you're checking out. So 100%. And so how important it is even in the roofing industry. This solves a massive problem. This is great. Okay. What's one of the biggest myths about I think we hear this a lot in the roofing industry too, because it's a big industry, but it's also small. I like to say it's almost like, it's like very communal.
Yep.
And there's I went viral post, right? And I think there's this just thing that they're like, yeah, I need to go viral. And it's like, what's the biggest myth about needing to go viral to grow a roofing business? What's the myth about that?
God, I love this question. Because I was just having this very big debate, and actually somebody who's a friend of mine who owns an agency, a marketing agency, we might actually do a debate, like a live debate on this topic. So does going viral or creating something that has a viral moment draw enough audience or draw the right audience to then generate direct revenue back to the business? That is a great question. First off, you don't have to go viral. Let's just talk about the reality of the type of business that we're in, right? So we're not in a business that is a global empire, right? You're not trying to take over the world, although I know sometimes we feel like we are. But you're trying to take over, this is more of a like a clustering of regions, right? Or counties or cities. And so you're trying to become, like, I call it like the mayor of your county or the mayor of your city, right? In roofing. And so you don't need to be viral, right? Like, you need to be the mayor of the city. Like, you need to be the authority in that area. When people think about, like, oh, I got a problem with my roof, they think about that person. But it's the marketing rule of seven, I would say, that applies more than the viral moments. And the marketing rule of seven is it takes 7 times seeing a brand to start trusting it. And so that's why you see billboards. That's why you see the lawn sign when I drive down the street and I've seen it for the 15th time, or I see your truck wrapped and you're dropping your kid off at my kid's school and I see your truck wrap. It's mental conditioning, right? That's the kind of stuff that actually gets you the leads and gets you top of mind, versus kind of respectfully the tripod with your crew kind of dancing and, doing all like whatever they're doing for a viral moment. Yes, it's fun and it's funny, and have fun with it with TikTok, but I truly believe that that's not going to drive the direct business, and that's also not going to give you any authority, right? You dancing in front of the thing doesn't provide authority. It's just saying, like, hey, we're a very fun company, probably fun to work for too. Like, if you want to, work with us. But as far as would I hire the roofer that's doing like the viral video moments? Maybe, but I wouldn't hire them because they're viral. I would hire them because, again, I'm checking all the things. I'm checking the reviews, checking the before and after pictures. I'm checking all the normal things that are buying signals for customers.
I think it's the business we're in, right? It's not like like our homeowners are going like, oh, let me spend $1.99 on this product, right? It's like a very, very massive investment, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the positive thing is if you haven't gone viral, that's okay.
It's completely okay. Just, you're actually better off being more consistent and doing things with your trust building over the course of a long period of time that gets you kind of constantly in front of somebody, like making posts and doing things like that. That actually plays out better for a small local service company, versus kind of this. The big viral moments are more for like international or national attention.
Right.
And so what is, let's say, you have a business in Arizona and in Phoenix, somebody following you in Austin, Texas means nothing, right? So, like, how does that
Correct.
help your business?
And I always say, it's really the small things that kill us or make us, right? Even in this industry that we're in, it's that phone call that wasn't made back, right? Doesn't
Yeah.
matter if your crew left it perfect and spotless. It's the perception of the client going, well, you didn't return my call, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like
Yeah.
how it's those small things, right? And so, yeah, super powerful. Okay. Well, we're getting close to like wrapping this up, but I have a question for you. If a roofer takes one thing from today, what should it be? What should it be? What would you share? What would you tell them? What would you share with them?
But you don't have to actually become a content creator. Creating content, and I'm even doing it as a founder of a company. And I'm sure it is very difficult. It's very time consuming. And
Exhausting.
there's arguments to be made that, like, is this the best use of your time? Like, what is the return on investment of your time? And truly, that's why we're doing what we're doing, is because we're trying to give you time back. Not only is our tool saving you money from a fractional cost of marketing and hiring somebody, but it's also giving you a ton of time back. And things like with homeowners, you're just trying to make sure that you're checking points of validation along the way. Everybody's doing more research, right? We're homeowners are doing more research than they did 5 years ago. 5 years from now, they'll probably be doing more research than today. So people are consistently checking out other people. So just make sure you have all your ducks in a row. Your website, your Google profile, your socials, all your online presence is very consistent. And that's going to win you ultimately a lot more business in the long run. Just making sure you're, to your point, small. It's the boring things, the small consistencies that are actually what make you successful. It's not these big kind of, don't chase the mountain. I guess I'll call it. Just go after the small, like, little hills and then build your way up.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I think, and I think so good. Like it's first of all, I think it's refreshing for if you're listening to this and you're like, man, this is me. Like I keep getting pounded of like how I need to get my socials, or I mean, I don't have the time or the capital to go spend thousands of dollars and having someone come and do all of this for me. And then Dan, if someone jumps on the website right now, or how long would it take them to get set up?
So there's a thing in product we call time to value acceleration, right? It's a big word.
Yeah.
Um, our time to value is typically less than 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, we try to optimize that so this way you see very quickly the value, and then obviously you want to join us.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is no reason why we shouldn't get this. Okay, very cool. We're super excited. A cool thing about PostPixel is that we are official partners as well. So that means that if you're at Saenz Global and you're already an existing client, we will 100% connect you with PostPixel. They, again, their team is incredible. And also, if you're listening to this and you don't know about Saenz Global, hey, and you have a roofing company and you need some back office support, that is what we hear. Schedule a call with us. We're happy to connect, see if we can help. But regardless of all that, I'm not even kidding. Super pumped for what you guys are doing in the industry and how you guys are changing lives. Because I don't know about you, Dan, but I love when our contractors get time back because they become happier. Like they
Yep.
become happier parents, right? Their kids are
Yep.
like, thanks, mom and dad. You're on the phone less. You're actually present,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And I think life is so short, right? And it's being present with the ones we really love, and like actually getting to be here in the moment, and not constantly being pushed by time and stress about all the things that have to get done. So super excited for what you guys are doing. I'm excited to see how you guys continue to skyrocket in the industry and everything that you're doing. Thanks so much, Dan, for being on the show. And everybody, one last thing, Dan, where can the team go right now to get with PostPixel? Obviously they can type it in, but what are your handles? Share that with us.
Yeah, so postpixel.ai on Instagram, you can follow us there, or just type in postpixel or postpixel AI in Google. You'll be able to find us. Thankfully, we do good SEO, so we show up pretty high up.
Nice. Okay, awesome. Well, Dan, thanks so much for being on the show. And again, we'll see you on the next episode, everybody. See ya. Bye.
Take care.